Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, when all the world was young, there was no night. There was only one long, endless, perfect day, and the sun hung motionless in the center of the heavens. There were no people, like there are people now. There was only one man and one woman, a brother and a sister, and they lived happily in that long, endless day. Once the sister went off by herself to explore the great forest. When she returned, she found her brother lying motionless underneath a tree, his eyes closed. The woman called out his name, but he did not answer. She went up to him and shook him, but still he did not respond. Uninvited and unannounced, death had crept into the garden of paradise and had stolen away her brother. The woman wept. "My brother is dead," she cried. And she wept and she wept, and she would not stop weeping. The tears ran from her face in great rivulets. The rivulets became a trickle, a river, a flood, a deluge which threatened to drown the entire world. Such was the sound of her weeping that her sobs shook the very foundations of heaven. And such was the passion of her grief that the heat from her heart was so intense that it threatened to inflame all those things which were not drowned in the rising floodwaters. All the gods in heaven, the gods and goddesses alike, looked down and were worried that their creation, the world, was about to be destroyed. So they all flew down out of heaven to comfort the woman. They gathered at her side and they did what they could. They spoke kind words to her, and they held her and they stroked her hair. But still she wept. "My brother is dead," she said, over and over. The company of gods realized that the woman could only live now. She could only exist in that moment. It was all that she had ever known. So together they caused the great disk of the world to spin, and working hand in hand they created the very first sunset. As night fell, the woman fell into a deep sleep, the first time she had ever slept. When she woke in the morning, the sun was dancing a colorful dance in the eastern horizon. But when the woman woke and saw her brother dead there, she wept just as she had wept the day before. But this time, she said, "My brother died yesterday." Night fell and she slept again, and in the morning still she wept, but she wept just a little bit less. And that time she said, "My brother died the day before yesterday." Night followed day, and day followed night, and so on. And eventually the woman stopped weeping, though she never ever forgot her brother. And so it came to be written that out of death and loss and grief was born the passage of time. And out of the passage of time was born memory, and the ability to heal, and a hope for a tomorrow which, until that moment, had never existed. I'm Storyteller Dale Jarvis.